Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk all about channels. One of the really cool things about Sisu Lab is the ability to add and remove and rearrange and use independently the channels. So let me talk first about the different channels you can add to your timeline, and then I'll go into what that allows you to do. So let's look at Sisu Lab here. You see that I've got two channels in there already. I've got my camera channel and I've got my target channel. Let's start with the camera channel. The camera channel is what holds the data of the how your camera moves, the camera path, right? How the robot is moving your camera through space. That is all contained in the camera channel. In the target channel, you're defining the path of your target in space. So camera channel is how the camera's moving, but the target is actually where the camera's looking at that, like throughout that path in space. So it can be a point, it can be a path, but that is what kind of defines the orientation of the camera. And if you just have a target channel, then it will also control the focus. So it'll keep that point, that path in focus. Now, one thing I can do is I can remove my target channel and add a focus channel. Now, my camera channel still defines the path of the camera, but it also contains the orientation data. And focus is just controlling focus throughout the move. So you're moving your camera around in space and pulling focus at the same time. Another thing you can do is you can have both a target and a focus channel. If you do this, and this is for Sisu Lab 3.0 and higher, what this allows you to do is just like if you have a camera channel and a target channel, but this pulls focus off of the target channel and you've got independent control over your focus. So you've got a lot of flexibility here depending on what you're trying to do with your robot. Now, there's a couple more types of channels that you can add. The first one, or the first couple I'll talk about, you can add an iris channel, a zoom channel, right? So if you've got, if you want to be able to control your iris or your zoom dynamically, you can put on another motor and add those channels here. The last one is a trigger channel. So what this is, this allows you to control external devices. Now, we've got other videos that go into controlling these devices or triggering or using relays. So be sure and watch those other videos if that's what you're trying to do. But let me just say, for this video, you can add those in there. You can add as many as you want, and you have independent control of those different channels. So those are the different types of channels you can add. Let me show you a couple of things that you need to know to work with those channels. The first thing I want to show you is activating and deactivating channels. So you see that right here on my camera channel, it's blue, and I can turn it off, I deactivate it, and it is no longer highlighted, that blue color. And what this means is when I add a keyframe, that means that in the camera channel, it's not going to actually add a keyframe in that channel. So, and you can do that with any channel, and it's super useful to be able to have that flexibility. The other thing I want to show you here is in the channel menu, this is where you can rearrange things if you want to. You can rearrange it just by dragging and dropping. You can also, for the trigger channels, you can expand them or collapse them, and just a little bit more functionality for you to clean up your timeline. If you've ever used After Effects or Premiere or any of those programs, you're probably used to working with channels. And you probably know that what makes this so powerful is that you can control these things independently. And Sisu Lab does a really good job of, depending on which channels are in your timeline, of combining information, but then you can get more granular as you add other types of channels. So you've got independent control of each channel. So just to show you what that looks like, right? These two keyframes, for example, are synced, and all of those by default will be synced. You can unsync them by saying unsync, and now I've got control to move that around independent of the camera channel. And I can do the same in my trigger channel or any of the channels. You have the ability to do that. So that is a quick overview of the channels in Sisu Lab.